Hello and welcome to Nandani.com's YouTube channel. My name is Fayaz. Many times in life we have certain objectives, we have certain targets. It can be about making X amount of money, it can be about making maybe 1 lakh rupees or maybe 10 lakh rupees or maybe 1 crore rupees. But what if you achieve that objective? What to do now? Now that you have achieved that target of making 1 crore rupees or maybe 10 lakh rupees, what do you do with that money? Most of the times we do not have a plan after we achieve our objective, and that's when we make a lot of mistakes. The mistakes of not utilizing our funds properly, the mistakes of maybe keeping the money idle, and that's how you are not able to scale up your investments or scale up your wealth goals. So in this video, let's understand what are the mistakes that you can do with cash and how can you avoid them. So one by one, let's have a look at them. So without a further ado, let's get to the point. The number one mistake that people do is that they fail to start their investment journey early. What happens is that many times we have this objective of making X amount of figure, and then once we achieve it, we feel that okay, now that we have achieved this target, let me just sit back, relax, and travel a little bit, maybe party a little bit and have a good time. And that should not be the attitude that you should be carrying, because now that you have achieved that amount of money, you should start investing as early as possible, because you will be able to get the benefit of compound interest only if you start investing as early as possible. There are so many stories about it, there are so many instances about it. There are live examples of Warren Buffett, who started investing at the age of maybe 17 or 18 years old, and he was not able to, he was still making money, but today he's 90 years old and he was able to make almost like 99% or 97% of his wealth after he reached the age of 60. So ideally, when people in our country retire, that's when he was able to make like $1 million or $1 billion or more, maybe more than that, more than what his 99% of wealth is right now. That's because he started investing as early as possible, and he was able to utilize the factor of compound interest, and that's what reflected in his portfolio today, and that's what has made him one of the 5 richest people in the world. So if at all you also want to become something like that, you should definitely try and invest as early as possible. That's when you will be able to capitalize the factor of compound interest, and that's how you will be able to make money work for you. The second mistake which people do ideally is that they do not have a budget in mind. Many times we have like a rough figure, we have a rough understanding of what is our total income, what is our total expenses, and somewhere in between we try to save some money out of that, and maybe a little bit of that we invest in the form of any kind of investment options. But it will be much more efficient, it will be much more better if at all you can make a budget. I know making a budget is a little bit boring, but if at all you are somehow able to convince yourself that if at all you sit down at one place, have a diary and a pen, and understand what is your total income, what is your total expenses, what are the expenses that you can avoid, what are the contingencies that you have to meet irrespective of what the situation is, that's how you'll be able to get a clearer picture, a better understanding, and you yourself will be able to understand which are the unnecessary things that are taking like a huge chunk of my regular income. So that's how you'll be able to cut down all those unnecessary expenses, and eventually that will increase your income, or that will increase your total revenue, and that's how you'll be able to make the maximum out of your regular monthly income. The third thing that people do is that they keep the cash in their hand idle. They do not invest in any kind of investment options that are available. They rather have this tendency of taking the money out of their bank accounts and keeping it in their house, maybe keeping it in their lockers, or maybe keeping it in their gullaks. But that's not how the money grows. But as eventually with every passing day, every passing minute, the currency value is depreciating due to the inflation rate, due to the other kinds of factors that are available in our economy, and that's how you will not be able to beat the inflation. Even if you have kept 1 crore rupees worth of money in your gullak or in your locker at home, that will not be 1 crore rupees worth of money after 10 years, because the rupee value is depreciating, the expenses are increasing, the inflation is increasing. You will not be able to buy the same amount of things from that 1 crore rupees which you are able to buy today after say like 10 years. So that's the reason why, in order to beat the inflation, in order to stay ahead of the inflation curve, it is always suggested, recommended that you need to put your money in any kind of inflation beating investment options. The inflation rate is currently around like 5-7%, so you should always try and invest in such options where the returns are more than that, which means you can invest in maybe mutual funds, you can invest in maybe any kind of government bonds. You can also, if at all you have the know-how and knowledge, you can invest in maybe share market, and that's how you'll be able to beat the inflation, and you'll be able to keep the money which is kept idle at home, make it start working, so that you can also eventually meet all your financial objectives accordingly. Which brings us to the last mistake which ideally people do, is that they lend out the money that they have accumulated with them. Many times it happens that people are not very much secure about the interest options that are given from the banks or financial options or maybe a share market, etc., etc., and they feel that lending money to people is much more safer option, because here the interest rates is more. Many times here you get around, like say, 5% interest rate per month and maybe per week in some cases. But in case of a regular FD or maybe a regular other mutual fund options, you will get the interest payouts only once a year. They are paying their per annum, but here you are able to accumulate money per month. So this definitely looks very much lucrative, very much attractive, and that's how we get to this idea of lending money to people. But the problem over here is that this particular thing is based out of mutual understanding, and mutual understandings are not a very safe or viable option to bank upon, because tomorrow if at all that person says that I'm not able to pay your money back, and if at all you have not taken anything as collateral from that person, then eventually you might end up losing not just the money that you were making, but also the money that you have given him in the form of the loan. So definitely you should try and lend to people who are in a much more secure manner. Lend it to the companies who are raising equity shares, who are trying to raise their money via debentures, etc. And that's how you'll be able to invest in much more formal based investment options, which will keep your investments and your money in a much more safer manner. So like this, if you want to learn more about personal finance, career building, farming and business, you should definitely download the Financial Freedom app. There we have made more than 55 plus courses which are available in 6 different languages, which will help you understand about personal finance, career building, farming and business. If you like this video, please do share this video with your friends and family. And also if at all you have any topic suggestions, any kind of queries, questions or any complaints also, you can always leave them in the comment section. And also don't forget to like this video as well, and press the bell icon and do subscribe to our channel. My name is Fayaz and you're watching IndianMoney.com.